Well, I was wondering how long it was going to take for this to start. Change.org has just started a petition, hashtag no Kaepernick, no NFL, and it's already received 31,000 signatures, and it was just started this past Saturday. I was wondering how long it was going to take for some organization with any kind of status or weight to make a statement as to what we already know, that if you're a black man in America and you want to stand up for your rights, you are an endangered species and you will be targeted, slapped down, shot, or killed just trying to assert your rights. Now, we're always told that we need to know our place and we need to do everything in its proper place and have perspective. And in cases that may be true. I say some cases. And to be honest with you, what Mr. Kaepernick did was at the right place and at the right time. He chose to protest the treatment of black America, specifically black males, but black females and children as well, as being less than, shall we say, thought of by overall America. He decided to take a stand against a symbol of oppression and racism against black people in America. Now, excuse me, did he jump up and down and wave banners and shoot up places or burn places or take any type of negative action that damaged either property or people? No, he did not. He simply took a knee at the playing of the national anthem. Now, I want to bring one thing to your memory, and that was the 1968 Olympics. Two of our black heroes, John Carlos and Tommy Smith, two of the fastest men in track at that time, upon receiving their awards, with the spotlight of the world on them, decided to raise a black fist in acknowledgement for black people everywhere. And what happened to them? They were ridiculed, attacked. They got kicked off of the Olympic team and sent home, quote unquote, in disgrace as far as white America was concerned. But they took a stand, and they realized what was going to happen when they took that stand. Now, let's flash forward 30 years. Both of those men today are thought of as heroes. It seems that time is the cure-all for the lack of conscience of America. Another person that you may want to consider, Muhammad Ali. When he took his stand against the Vietnam War and said he wasn't going, and he was stripped of his championship title and couldn't basically get work anywhere until he started speaking out on various campuses, he was vilified by white America for the most part, but he was black America's champion. When he finally won in court and was able to return to the boxing ring, he was still vilified by white America, and in some places, black America, who basically didn't understand the ramifications of what he did. Fast forward to today, Muhammad Ali, at the end of his life and in death, is one of the most beloved figures in the entire world. But at the time that he took his action, he was hated. Martin Luther King's another one. Took a stand for black America, white people basically hated him. You had J. Edgar Hoover and them trying to drum up phony bullshit on him. And if you weren't aware of it, it was the U.S. government that actually assassinated him. And yeah, I know, do the research, it's out there. There was a court case where they admitted it, but there was no publicity or fanfare given to that court case. But they admitted it. Today, Martin Luther King's name rolls off of the tongue of basically any white person who wants to talk about civil rights. And it's not rolled off their tongue in a negative fashion. He's always the one that's pointed to as an example. Well, guess what? Martin Luther King did his in peaceful protest. And that's exactly what Colin Kaepernick did. Peaceful protest, okay? But for whatever reason, the NFL owners can't accept that. You have quite a few fans out there that, quote unquote, can't accept it because they're too dumb to understand exactly what he was talking about and do their own research to see that he was absolutely right. Now, he knew that this was going to happen. And to be honest with you, he could have not opted out of his San Francisco 49er contract and continued to get paid, whether they decided to cut him or not. But no, he cut ties to make a statement that it wasn't just about the money. And if people wanted to try to use money as a weapon against them, it wasn't going to work. He's not out there crying the blues about not getting signed. He's not the one giving press conferences every time he does something good for the black community or takes a trip to explore his roots. He's not out there tooting his horn. I saw a show a couple of weeks ago where some black Republican woman was jumping up and down about the fact that he was no good and that he hadn't done anything, and she got put in her place where, when it was pointed out what he had done up in the city of Oakland and around various places across the country, specifically speaking to young men of color who are targets of white supremacy and just white society and the system overall. She wasn't aware of it. And because she wasn't aware of it, she wanted to denigrate this man. And that's just the ignorance that some of us have when we have someone who takes a leap, is part of a sea change, and we are unable to recognize it. I salute Mr. Kaepernick, whether he plays another down in the NFL or not. But we need to take him and use him as an example to all black people everywhere that standing up and doing the right thing, though it has a cost, is always the right thing to do. Now, let me add one final note. It's not like we're begging the NFL to sign a player who absolutely sucks. This is a player who took his team to 2 Super Bowls. This is a player who is a prototypical NFL quarterback. I can't go into other NFL teams, but I can tell you one team for sure who should have rushed to sign his ass, because they like taking heat, or have taken heat, from a lot of players that they have signed. That team is the Dallas Cowboys. Currently, the Dallas Cowboys have their number 2 quarterback on the roster who has not won a single game in the NFL. 2 years ago, when Tony Romo went down, their backup quarterback got the job and lost 5 straight games before they pulled his ass. Colin Kaepernick, is light years ahead of this guy as far as physical talent and quarterback maturity is concerned. So folks, it's not like we're asking for a handout as far as Mr. Kaepernick being signed to an NFL team. We're not even asking for a hand up when asking that Mr. Kaepernick be given his due. And his due is an opportunity to compete for a spot on an NFL franchise. Doing the right thing, as far as the NFL owners are concerned, should not be hard. And yes, fans are going to be upset, but they get over it. They got over that Michael Vick bullshit as far as the dogfighting was concerned. They got over Ray Lewis as far as being involved in a murder. They got over the quarterback for Pittsburgh as far as being a rapist. What Mr. Kaepernick's done is not even in the same universe as those particular players who actually did commit or become involved in crimes. Yet, for some reason, America just does not seem to have a conscience when it comes to doing the right thing for all of its citizens, and in particular, we black people.